In 2023, everyone thought Todd Howard finally had his baby Gronk moment when he released Starfield. But the community rejected it. They went right back to Skyrim. Why? Because after 15 years, we're still trying to build the Lizzo of mod lists. Something massive, undeniable, and perfect. But most of you are failing. You're downloading 2,000 mods just to have your game look like a saturated mobile ad from 2014. You're chasing a next-gen dream that doesn't actually exist in your load order. But to understand why this keeps happening, you have to look at the bigger picture, because this didn't actually start in 2026. It goes all the way back to the beginning of Skyrim's launch. In the modding community, they call it the baby Gronk of modding. It's chasing a trend that's going to age like milk. People are so obsessed with adding more that they ended up with a game that looks like a high fantasy theme park. It's loud, it's distracting, and honestly, it's kind of ugly. You wanted an upgrade, but the game rejected you because you just couldn't stop downloading mods. You love modding more than you love playing Skyrim. I used to be like you. But that's why after spending 3,000 hours modding Skyrim, I stopped trying to make it look like Elden Ring and started making it look like, well, Skyrim. The secret sauce isn't a bloated God-raised Superbloom ENB that kills your frame rate. The real revolution is happening in the trenches with community shaders. This is where we stop pretending Skyrim is a movie and start treating it like a world. By moving away from the fake lighting of the past decade and embracing a shader-based neutral approach, we've achieved something Nooked and the others never could. Actual visual consistency without the performance tax. We aren't layering filters over the game, we're rewriting how the game sees light. It's not pretty in a fake Hollywood way, it's real in a gritty, damp, iron and stone way. You see, Skyrim modding has reached its end of history moment, and most of you didn't even notice the lights going out. We've watched the titans fall one by one. Even Nooked, the mind behind the original Skyrim Ultima, eventually stepped away, leaving a void that most creators tried to fill with low-effort, saturated garbage. Biggie Boss is a boss, but he's on his 5th retirement arc. While the big names gave up or moved on to easier projects, a few stayed in the dark. Derek Diablo didn't quit. He saw the same broken, flickering mess you did and chose to refine it instead of abandoning it. That's the difference between a curator and a tourist. Most modders can't create a list that actually feels like Skyrim because they're afraid of the silence. They're afraid of a neutral palette. They think if every pixel isn't screaming at you with 100% saturation, the viewer will look away. But they're wrong. They've trained you to crave visual slop, but deep down, you're starving for something grounded. Derek Diablo's list isn't just a mod list, it's a correction of 15 years of community mistakes. He took the foundation that other modders refused to let die and polished it until it became something untouchable. We've stripped away the visual noise that most modders use to hide their sloppy load orders, and what's left is a 2,000 mod ecosystem that doesn't just look like the 2026 remake, it behaves like it. Because this isn't some flashy, weightless dance. It's a brutal, shader-enhanced struggle that respects the physics of the world.
I want to be a soldier someday.
I spent 6 months in the trenches of SSE Edit and Nemesis, so you don't have to. I wanted to see if I could actually break the modder's curse. That loop where you spend 80 hours modding just to play for 10 minutes and uninstall. Most lists promise you the world and deliver a crash to desktop. Ultima is different. It's the list that actually let me play the game. The problem with your current game isn't the resolution, it's the noise. Most high-end lists are just a collection of every 4K texture on the Nexus thrown into a blender. It's visual slop. Ultima is built on a neutral, grounded palette. We aren't hiding the game under a layer of neon ENB bloom. We're using 4K parallax and lux to define the world, not color it in like a crayon box. When you walk into Whiterun in this list, you aren't hit with a fantasy filter. You're hit with a world that looks like it was rebuilt from the ground up in a modern engine. The gameplay. But a natural look is worthless if the combat still feels like 2011. We've integrated a custom MCO setup that actually respects your time. No anime flips, no light speed nonsense. Just weight, momentum, and impact. Every swing feels like it's actually hitting a physical object. It's fluid, it's brutal, and most importantly, it's balanced. The performance. Here is the real kicker. This list is stable. Because we aren't layering 5 different weather mods and 10 different beautification scripts that fight each other for memory, Ultima actually runs. You can walk from Markarth to Riften without a single stutter. It's a 2,000+ mod ecosystem that behaves like a polished AAA release.
Fall back! Wait, what? Fall back. Oh my god. Wait. What if he was over there? I'm so terrified. He is pissed.